everybody, welcome to Barre with Mary. We have a full body bar class today. So we're gonna work you head to toe. You're looking at about 45 minutes. And all you need for equipment today are 2 resistance loops. So I am gonna go with my medium loop for my lower body and my extra light loop for my arms. If you wanna play with it a little bit, feel free to grab a heavier or lighter band for either of those, but go ahead and toss them to the side because you don't need them right now to start. Take your feet wide. All 10 toes are going to be pointing forward. I want you to take a big inhale, and as you do that, I want you to reach your arms out to the sides of the room. As you exhale, hands are going to come back behind the head. I just want you to take a little lean side to side here, from right to left. Finding a little soft bend in the knees so you're not locking out into the joints here, and just really opening up through the side body. Moving laterally, so moving side to side. And just feeling as you move side to side, you're keeping the chest open. You're keeping the ribs hugging in. Last time here. Now I want you to take it up and over to the right, and I want you to hold it there. Extend the left arm overhead. Reach the right arm hand down to the hip, and just take this really big opening through the whole left side body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Switching sides, up and over towards the left. Right arm extends overhead. Take a big breath in here, softening through that right shoulder. And exhale. Inhale back to center, arms reach wide. And then go ahead and take the hands back behind the head one more time. You're going to hinge the torso forward in one long line, keeping the knees bent and soft here so you're not locking out. Then you inhale, lift the heart up. Take it again. Exhale, abdominals draw up. Sits bones squeeze in. Inhale, drive through the heels, squeeze the glutes, stand up. 2 more. Inhale, hinge it forward. Back of the head presses into the palms. Exhale, lift it up. Last time, I want you to hinge it forward. I want you to hold that hinge forward and bring the hands to the ribs. Take a big inhale, filling the ribs. Fill your hands side to side. And then exhale, wrap the ribs in and feel the low belly lift up. Hands can slide to the hips. You're going to take a bend in both knees, reaching the hips way back. Then you're going to exhale, stretch the legs long. Do that again, bend the knees. Exhale, stretch. 2 more here. Spine stays really long. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Last time, you're going to hold that bend. Slide your hands down to the top of the thighs, then inhale, lift the heart. Find that cow position. Exhale, press the palms into the thighs, around the spine, spread the shoulder blades wide. Keep going. Inhale, opening the chest, lifting the heart. Exhale, around the spine. One more time, passing through at your pace, using your breath. Last time. Meet me center, extend the spine long one more time. Hands are going to come to the heart now. I want you to shift the weight into the right foot as you extend the left leg straight. And bend deeply into that right knee. Let's go side to side, go left and right. Take it left, take it right. Now you may find that you want to bring your feet a little bit wider here. That's totally fine. All 10 toes are still pointing forward. And you're feeling the stretch through the inner thighs. Weight is back into the heels. And the hips are really reaching back here as you continue to find that length through your spine. 4 more, go 4. You're going to hold it to the right. You're there in 2. Last one left, hold it right, quarter turn, low lunge. Hands are going to come to either side of that front right foot. Take a big inhale, draw the heart forward. And as you exhale, I want you to pull your right hip bone back and drive the left hip forward. Keep the hips stable, just inhale, extend the right arm up to the ceiling, opening the chest here. Big breath in. Exhale, sweep the right fingertips back and all the way around to bring you back down, to plant the hands to the mat and step that right foot back, high plank. Now you know if you've done my classes before, I always encourage you to modify as you need. So if you need to take your knees down, absolutely do that anytime. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, I want you to press down through all 10 finger pads and really squeeze the energy of the thumbs in towards each other. So the shoulder blades are spreading really wide here, and the ribs are drawing up and in towards that space you just created between the shoulder blades. We're just going to hold in stillness here, building this heat in our core, finding our alignment, and then really starting to feel the blood flowing, that heat building through the whole body. Hold it here for 8. You're here for 7. Find your breath, big inhales and big exhales. It's 4. Down dog in 3. Your hips lift too. Let's go lift the hips high and do whatever you need here. So let this feel really good. You can bend one knee and the other, swinging the hips side to side. You could just stay in stillness. Maybe you're shaking the head. Big breath in, big breath out. Step the right foot forward again. Now crawl your fingertips to the center of the mat, rotating your pelvis to face me. Find an external rotation in both legs. So you're turning both legs out, and then from there, drop the head and slowly roll yourself up, stacking the spine, articulating one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back, beautiful. Squeeze the elbows in, and just take a reach, and squeeze, let's go. Let's lift and lower. So you're in this wide turned out position now. You're not letting your toes point forward anymore. Now you're taking the toes out to like a 10 and 2 position. The rotation is because your femur bones, your thigh bones, are rotating in the socket. So you really want to feel your inner thighs rotating up towards the ceiling and your heels squeezing in the center. 4 more, go for 3, 2. Now I want you to hold this one low, quarter turn to the left, low lunge. Left knee stacks over the left ankle. Take a big inhale, draw the heart forward. As you exhale, drive down to the left heel and pull the left hip bone back, gorgeous. On your next inhale, sweep the left arm high, open up the chest and just take a nice gentle twist. Big breath in. As you exhale, sweep those fingertips back and around as opening the chest. And again, you're gonna step back to your high plank. Tap down to the forearms here. Elbows are coming underneath the armpits. Palms press into the mat. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, really simple, drive the heels back. Shift forward to the tiptoes. Yes, drive it back. And shift it forward. So now we're getting a little bit of mobility and a little bit of articulation through the ankle joints. But you're staying really strong and stable through the abdominals, through the pelvis, and through the shoulders. 2 more, reach it back. And shift it forward, last one. Now I want you to meet me center here. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, I want you to press up one hand, and then the other back into your high plank, gorgeous. Shift forward to the tiptoes, drop the knees down to the mat, and curl the heels into the seat. Press your head up towards the ceiling, really opening up to the front of the throat. 2 count chaturanga, push up down, and press it up. Yes. It's inhale, lower, and exhale, press, keep going. So a chaturanga push-up is a little different than a traditional push-up. Rather than letting your elbows go back, rather out at a 45-degree angle, your elbow tips are guiding back towards the back of the mat. You're pressing a little more weight into your thumb and your forefinger, so you're not taking too much pressure into the wrist joints. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Now I want you to hold this one halfway down. Squeeze the elbows in towards the ribs and just go a little down, pressing the back of the head up towards the ceiling and opening the front of the throat. You're here for 8, 7, 6, almost there. Go 4, 3, 2, child's pose, big toes together. Knees open wide, send the fingertips forward, and let yourself just take a moment to breathe here. And let go of any tension that you've already built during that warm-up. Maybe you're shaking out the head or the shoulders or the hips. One more time, big breath in. Big breath out. Roll yourself up to seated and grab your heavier band. You're gonna meet me back on your back with that band around your feet. So as you lay back, go ahead and take that heavier band and wrap it around the balls of your feet. Then bend the knees and plant the feet into the mat. Take a moment here, take an inhale. As you exhale, feel the ribs hug in and soften the backside of the rib cage down into the mat. Now, I want to challenge you to keep the backside of your ribs attached to the mat throughout this entire series, so you're not allowing the low back to arch and the rib cage to open. One more time, inhale. Now engage your low belly as you exhale, pull the low belly down and flip the legs up to a tabletop position, gorgeous. Knees are gonna be over the hips and toes are just a little bit higher than the knees. Send the fingertips long towards the ceiling. And feel the shoulders really be heavy down into the mat. Now on your inhale, I want you to feel length through the back of the neck and the whole spine. On your exhale, legs are not going to move, but arms are going to float back. Inhale, draw them overhead. Exhale, float them back. Keep going with your arms. So we're starting really gently here, but if this is still too much, even without any movement in the legs, go ahead and plant your feet down to your mat. That's an absolutely great variation here. As your arms move, I want to challenge you to really check in with your rib cage. Notice as your arms float back, if your ribs are instantly opening and lifting towards the sky. I really like to use my exhale on the way back as a reminder to keep my ribs wrapping in and pressing down towards the floor. Beautiful. 2 more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull. Last one. Now you're going to keep the arms overhead. Take an inhale. As you exhale, send the arms back over the head, and as you do that, extend the left leg out, pressing into the band. Inhale, everything comes back to center. You're going to switch legs. Exhale, it's the right foot that presses into the band and the right leg extends. Inhale, you bring everything back to center. Keep going. The left leg out. Everything in. Switch. Right leg out. Everything in. Keep going. Now as you press the one leg out, notice if the opposite thigh is drawing closer towards your chest. The challenge here is to keep both sides of the abdominals working really deeply to stabilize your pelvis by asking them to keep those heavy legs in place, right? So your legs are so strong, they're so powerful, that when you keep your knees stacked over your hips, you're asking your abdominals to carry all of that strength, all of that weight. It's gonna make your abdominals work a lot harder. If you pull them into your chest, all of a sudden your abdominals don't have to do that anymore, right? So it's a much easier job for them. You have 2 more here. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull. Last one. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull, hold it. Big inhale. Big exhale. Press out on the band with your feet. Feel the low belly pull down. I think you know where we're going. It's going to be both legs and both arms, but first take a big inhale. Exhale, reach everything out. Inhale, pull everything in. It's exhale, reach. And inhale, pull, beautiful. It's exhale, reach. And inhale, pull. Now as you reach everything out, it does not have to be coming low to the floor. You can be reaching the legs basically straight up to the ceiling here if that's where you're at, in order to successfully keep your spine in a neutral position, right? Not letting your low back arch up, not letting your rib cage flare open, and really finding the breath here, softening the shoulders, softening the face. 4 more. And in, beautiful, yes. It's 3. Stop those knees right over the hips, yes, it's 2. And in, last one, you're gonna hold the extension, and you're gonna start to press out on the band. Go a little press, little press, little press. Feet are flexed to help keep the band on the feet. You're gonna squeeze the quadriceps. You're gonna feel the sides of the waist wrapping in and down. And you're gonna feel all that power shooting out through your heels and through your fingertips. 8 more, it's 8, 7, 6. Your hold is on deck in 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold that press out, inhale. Exhale, lower the legs 1 more inch. Squeeze the sits bones together and feel the ribs wrap in and down. You're here for 4. Yes, you're here for 3. You're here for 2. Hug the knees into the chest. Let the pubic bone tip towards the belly buttons. The low back is rounding down into the mat. And just rock from side to side. Now while you're here, we're going to get ourselves set up for our seat work. So go ahead and take your left foot out of the band. Keep the band around the right foot. Take that band and hook it up above your right thigh. So I have the band from the foot all the way up to the thigh. Obviously you need to keep this 90-degree bend in your knee in order to keep that loop on. Roll yourself over onto your belly. It's not going to be the most graceful roll you've ever done. That band really gets in the way, doesn't it? So you have two options here. You could either stack palm on palm and let your forehead rest down on the palms, or if you want a little more spinal extension work, you're gonna take your arms out to a goalpost position. So the elbows are in line with the shoulders and the fingertips are in line with the elbows. Now I'm gonna take this variation so that you can hear me clearly, but please know that either variation is still gonna be really effective. Press down through all 5 toes on the left foot and really squeeze the left quadricep. So you're staying really engaged that supporting side. Now from here, your pubic bone is gonna press down into the mat on an inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to feel your ribs hug in and lift up towards the sky. So you're really staying as engaged as you were in your abdominals when you were just doing that exercise on your back. From there, without changing the shape of your spine at all, I want you to squeeze your right side glutes and I want you to lift your right thigh, even just a 1/4 of an inch off the mat, and tap it back down, yes. So it's exhale, lift, and inhale, tap, beautiful, keep going. As you lift the right thigh bone up, continue to push down through the left side toes. So I'm not allowing my left leg to float off the mat here, but I am staying very engaged through the left side quadricep. Beautiful, 2 more, squeeze and lift. And lower it down. Now this one I want you to hold the lift so you stay really engaged to the right side glutes and to the right side hamstring. Yes, now just press little up, little up, little up, little up. So now we're not taking that tap back down to the floor. It's just a continuous lifting up, uphold, uphold. So you should already be feeling a lot of fire and heat into your right side hamstrings and into your right side glutes. If you're starting to feel a little too much heat into your low back, I want you to take the variation of stacking palm on palm and resting your forehead down. Go 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2, I want you to hold that lift and just pull the right heel 1 inch in towards your seat. Let's go, pull it in, go little pull, little pull, little pull. Now here, I challenge you to keep the right thigh hovering off the mat, even if I can't see it. I'm guessing you can't see mine. I'm barely hovering off the mat here. This is incredibly challenging, but just keep the engagement, the energy of that right thigh bone lifting as you pull the right heel into the seat. Go 16, 15. You just have a hold and then things will change. You're coming onto your left side, so you'll be facing me, and we'll come into some clam variations. Go 8, 7, 6. Your hold is on deck in 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold the pull into the heel, inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna press the right thigh bone even higher as you drive down to the top of the left foot, gorgeous. Pubic bone presses down, back of the head draws up towards the ceiling, and you hold here 4. On your left side in 3, on your left side in 2, roll yourself onto your left side, taking the head into the hands, bending the knees, and letting the heels come in line with the seat, beautiful. From here, this top right hip is gonna stay stacked over the left. Inhale, float the right leg up, keeping it parallel, so knee and ankle are in line with each other. Exhale, squeeze the lower, yes, let's go. It's lift and lower, go, lift and lower, beautiful. So this is gonna feel like a little breather, right? After all of that really deep hamstring work we just did. Now this whole series is really gonna target the outer glutes, but it's also gonna really target all of those stabilizers that help with your pelvis, which thusly helps with your knees and your ankles, right? They're all connected. Go 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold that lift up, draw little circles with that right knee. It does not matter which direction you're going, because I promise we're gonna go both directions. Now these circles are quite small. What I want you to find here is that you're really keeping the leg in parallel. So the right heel is not lifting towards the sky, and it's not dropping down towards the mat. I promise we're gonna take some of those rotations soon. Go ahead and reverse your circle. Let's go, little circle. And little circle, beautiful. I'm hoping you're starting to feel some heat build into that outer right glute. I still have a lot of heat in my right hamstring personally. I can still really feel that work we did in that supine position, laying on the belly, that prone position. Go 4, go 3, go 2. Now meet me right in the center. Right heel taps down the left. Right knee taps the left knee, yes. So it's heel to heel, and it's knee to knee. Now, you may not actually be able to tap your heels and tap your knees, that's totally fine. I want you to find external rotation and internal rotation. Here's a great opportunity to take that top right hand to your hip and check in and make sure their hip is not moving here. It's the thigh bone that externally rotates, turns out, and internally rotates. Beautiful. Turn it out, yes. And turn it in. 4 more, breathe. And then really check in on that bottom left side. Continue to lift it up and off the mat, staying nice and long through both sides of your waist. Last one goes external. Now I want you to hold internal rotation, yes, and just go a little press, a little lift, a little lift, a little lift. This one burns in the very best way. So you may have very little internal rotation. Your foot may barely be higher than your knee, that's okay. The main goal is to keep the thigh bone rotating in and down, yes. So you're getting some work into a different part of the glutes, right? You have 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2, hold it, inhale. Exhale, come back to that parallel alignment, so knee and ankle are in one long line. This is your final variation. You just lift up and up and up and up. There's so much heat in that outer right glute, at least there is for me. I hope that you're feeling it too. Here's a great opportunity to close your eyes, to come back to your breathing, to soften in the face, and find where you can go just a little bit deeper. For 8 more, I go 8, 7, 6. It's a hold in 4, 3, 2, hold it, inhale. Exhale, maybe the heel pulls a little closer to the seat, and maybe the whole leg lifts just a little bit higher. Hold it here for 4. Yes, you're back on your belly. 3, 2, 1. Flip it over onto the belly, beautiful. Now from here, actually, now that I had you go to your belly, before you go there, take the band off. It would be a really hard transition. On the stomach, gorgeous. Now take a moment here. You can find Sphinx position, pressing the elbows underneath the armpits and lifting the heart up, gorgeous. You can maybe wiggle from side to side. Stay there, take a big inhale and a big exhale. Roll over onto your right side. Bend the left knee to the chest. Hook the band around the bottom of the left foot and wrap it around up to just above that left knee. So again, it's around the arch of my foot and it comes all the way up and over the bottom of my thigh. Gorgeous. From there, come back into that prone position and check in with yourself. Do you want to try that goalpost position arms, or are you in a place where stacking the palms is really more successful? Either is an amazing option. Again, I'm taking this goalpost position so that you can hear me. Take an inhale, draw the heart forward. As you exhale, I want you to press your pubic bone down into the mat, ow. And feel the low belly really lifting up. Stay there in that position. One more time, inhale, feel the blink through the back of the neck. The eyes are down towards the mat here. And as you exhale, I want you to press your right toes down and squeeze to the right thigh. Now the left leg is gonna float off the mat just an inch or so, engaging through the left glutes. Then it's gonna tap right back down. Let's go, it's exhale, lift. And inhale, tap, yes. Exhale, lift. And inhale, tap, keep going. So as you lift the left leg here, really press down to the top of the right foot and through the pubic bone so that we maintain really beautiful length through the low back. Again, if you start to feel this into your low back, I really encourage you to bring your chest lower to the mat. The challenge here is not how high you can lift your heart. It's really much more about length. So the tips of the ears are drawing forward. The ribs are hugging in. And the sides of the waist are really expanding longer every time you lift the leg. 4 more, exhale, lift. And inhale, tap, yes, it's lift. And tap, 2 more, lift it up. And tap it down. Now I want you to hold this lift up, keep that deep engagement, just press that left leg little up, little up, little up. See if you can find softness in the shoulders, softness in the neck, And then really challenge yourself to never find a moment of release here. So it's not tapping the left thigh back down anymore. You're staying lifted and you're just pressing up more, up more, up more. Beautiful. Go 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3. I want you to hold that lift and pull the left heel 1 inch in towards the left glute. Let's go. Pull it in. Go little in, little in, little in, little in. Right toes press down into the mat. Pubic bone presses into the mat, and you continue to use your exhale to lift the belly. It's 16, 15. From here, you have a hold, and then you're rolling onto that right side. You're here for 8, 7, 6. Beautiful. Just 4, 3, 2. Hold that pull into the heel. Inhale. As you exhale, press the left thigh bone a little bit higher and pull the left heel just a little closer into the seat. Go 4. On your right side in 3. On your right side in 2. Roll yourself over onto that right side. Bend the knees. Stack the hips. Heels are going to come in line with the glutes. Beautiful. Now you can take this top left hand as a little reminder to keep your hips stacked as you inhale. That whole left leg is going to float just about 6 inches off of the bottom right leg. And as you exhale, you're going to squeeze the inner thighs back together. Let's go. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Keep going. Now here, it can be really tempting, especially as you tire, to let this top left hip roll open towards the ceiling. So that's why I love this little reminder to keep my hand on my hip. But another great option is to take the left palm into the mat right in front of your chest, just so you have that little extra weight forward to help maintain the alignment of the pelvis and of the shoulders. Bottom right side is lifting, so you can stay really long through both sides of the waist. Beautiful. You have 4 more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Gorgeous. Go 3. See if you can find a little bit of softness through the shoulders, a little bit of softness in the face, and then hold this one up. Little circles with that left knee, little circle, and little circle. Ankle is staying in line with the knee, so you're still in that parallel alignment here, which might mean your leg doesn't go that high. That's okay. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Reverse your circle, other way. You go, little circle, yes, and little circle. So oftentimes this second side, to me at least, can feel a lot more challenging, because it probably is a little more challenging, because that bottom supporting glute has done work. It's already a little fatigued. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. Now I want you to hold that alignment right in the center. Now I want you to tap your left heel down towards your right heel, and then switch. Left knee goes towards your right knee. Let's go. Hits heel to heel, and knee to knee. Beautiful. It's external rotation and internal rotation. So going back to what you were just saying, the second side being a little bit harder, that is why it is so crucial that you switch off which leg you start with, right? Because I feel like that first one gets a little bit more oomph, right? A little bit more attention probably. So if you can, do your best to alternate which leg you start with anytime you take a bar class. I do my best to do that. It's not always successful, but I do try my best. The hips are staying square. Beautiful. You have 4 more. It's heel to heel and knee to knee. Yes, breathe. 2 more. Now this last one, I want you to hold that internal rotation, and I want you to take that little press up. Let's go. Little press, little press, little press, little press. Now here's where you might start to take a little tension into the shoulders, a little tension into the neck. Really breathe. Maybe even close your eyes and see if you can intentionally elongate those breaths. Go 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Come back to that parallel position. Here's your final variation. The whole leg lifts. Let's go. Little lift, little lift, little lift. It's just a hold from here, and you're done with your seat work. We'll come into a child's pose and enjoy a nice stretch. After all of this work into the hamstrings and the glutes, it's 8, 7. Your hold is on deck. You're there in 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold it. Inhale. As you exhale, pull the left heel a little closer to the seat, and then lift that whole left leg just a little bit higher. You're here for 4, You've got this. It's 3. You're here for 2. We'll pull the knee into the chest to release the band and then flip over to press yourself back into a child's pose. Big toes together. Knees open wide. Walk the fingertips forward. Beautiful. And then melt the heart down. Now I like to take a little sway from side to side in my hips just to kind of stretch out the feet, stretch out the hips, all that work you just did. Take a big inhale here and a big exhale. One more time, inhale. As you exhale, I want you to roll yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time, and I want you to grab your lighter band. Now, if you have knee sensitivity and you prefer to roll your mat up, here's a great opportunity to do that. So go ahead and take a moment to roll your mat or to grab a pillow to cushion your knees. If you have no issue with that, go ahead and just come on up to your knees. Beautiful. You're going to take that band, the light band, and you're actually going to take it back behind your back. So we're going to bring it around the arms. I was trying to think what that body part was called. About 1 inch or 2 above your wrists. Now from there, I want you to roll your shoulders away from your ears. I want you to squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other and then hinge your torso forward here. Beautiful. Press out on the band with the palms facing each other. Now double check that the band is not around your wrist joints, but it is a few inches higher just to help protect those joints. From there, just start to press, little out, little out, little out. You're pressing out on the band. The arms are extended as long as you can get them here. The heart is open and lifted, but as always, the ribs are hugging in and drawing back. So you're really long through the whole spine, and you're really open through the chest. Pretty quickly, you're going to start to feel your triceps fire. That's the idea. I want you to hold the press out in 8. Go 8, 7, 6. You hold in 4, 3. You're going to hold that press out. Just lift the arms, little up, little lift. Little lift. Now with these resistance loops, it can be really tempting to lose the resistance. That sounds so silly. But the more you squeeze your arms together here, the less resistance you're giving yourself. So I want you to really press out on that loop as you lift the arms up. Go a little up, little press. Extend energy out through the fingertips and really find length through both arms. Go 4, go 3, go 2, you're going to hold that lift, take a little bend in the elbows, and extend the arms straight. Yes, take a little bend, and reach it out. Pick it up, go bend, reach, bend, reach, bend, reach. So if the palms facing each other doesn't feel good, you are more than welcome to rotate your palms down towards the mat here. Keep going. See if you can find a little more softness in your neck. As you tire, it is so easy to really lift the shoulders and tense the neck. Find a little breath and a little bit of length. 8 more, go 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold that length, inhale. As you exhale, press out on the band and lift the arms a little bit higher. Here's your hold for this tricep series. Breathe and lift the arms higher. It's 4. Things change in 3. Things change in 2. Stay down on your knees. Release one arm just to swing the band in front of you. And rehook it just a few inches above your wrist joints. Gorgeous. From there, press out on the band again. Shoot your energy out to the fingertips and stack the shoulders right over the hips. Bicep curl comes in and in. And reach and reach. So it's a little hammer curl with the palms facing each other. Squeeze it in. So I am using my extra light band here, which means it feels pretty light for bicep work. That's great. That's totally fine. But you want to give yourself a little bit more resistance as much as possible here. So you're pressing out on the band as you curl the thumbs into the shoulders and reach them long. Yes, 4 more, draw it in and reach it out. 3 more, go pull it in. Press out on the band, gorgeous. 2 more, it's in. And now this time I want you to stop right at 90 degrees. Keep the shoulders soft. Right elbow draws open. Left elbow open. Yes, you take it right. You take it left. Now, if this is too much with the band, you can always ditch it. That's totally fine. What is really challenging here is that both arms are working deeply. because the arm that's opening is obviously working. And then the arm that is stabilizing you is also working in opposition. You have 4. You have 3. You're gonna meet me center in 2. Now I want you to hold this one at center and just go little up and little up and little press and little press. Now as you tire, you may find that your shoulders start to lean back or your ribcage starts to flare open. Really feel the squeeze of the inner thighs. Feel the lift of the pubic bone towards the belly button, and feel all of that space you can create through the entire spine. You're here for 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2, hold it. Inhale, extend the arms. As you exhale, without lifting your ribs, I want you to float your arms up towards the ceiling. Now they may stop at halfway there. That's okay. If you have the shoulder flexibility to come a little bit higher, then go ahead and do that. You're gonna inhale, lower the arms, and exhale, lift. Think all the way back to that very first abdominal series we did. As your arms float overhead, your ribs knit together, beautiful. We're gonna add a little bit more. As your arms come down, I want you to inhale and hinge the torso back. Exhale everything up. It's inhale, hinge, and exhale, lift. Now, if this feels uncomfortable on your knees, the first thing I want you to do is really squeeze the inner thighs in towards each other. So you have so much activation through the inner thighs, it takes a lot of pressure off the joints. If that is not enough for you, play with taking the knees a little bit wider, and then again, squeezing the inner thighs in. If that is still not working for you, that is okay. Tuck your toes. So you can come back to this alignment where your knees are under your hips. And you can tuck your toes there. It's gonna take a lot of pressure off the joints. Beautiful. You have 2 more. It's inhale back. And exhale, lift. Last one, inhale back. And exhale, lift. Now you're gonna inhale back and you're gonna hold it. You're just gonna press out with the arms. Let's go, little press, little press. So you're keeping this hinge position, crown of the head, all the way to the knees is one long line. Ribs are hugging in and softening down. And again, inner thighs are really squeezing in towards center. Go 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Hold that press out and flip the palms down to face the floor. Gorgeous. Wide arm row. Reach it long. Yes. Right arm row. Add a little bit with the legs. Take it back an inch. Come up just 1 inch. Yes, it's row it back. Lift up just a little bit. You've got this. Take it back. And lift it up. Beautiful. As you move, it's really tempting to come all the way upright as you come up. Could you fight that? Could you stop just before you get that little break? 2 more. Take a row. Take a reach. Now I want you to hold that row back. Soften the shoulders and just start to pull the elbows. A little pull, a little pull, a little pull. You're almost done with your arms. Go a little pull. As you pull the elbows back, we're going to add the shoulders back. You take it, shoulders back, yes. So it's a little pull and it's hinge it back. Beautiful. You have 8 to a hold. 7. I slowed the tempo down on the arms. Sorry about that. Got caught up. Got so excited. You just have 2 more. Go a little back. Now I want you to hold this one back. I want you to take a big breath in. And as I exhale, elbows and heart, hinge back just a little deeper. Hold here for 4. You're here for 3. You're here for 2. Come on up. Ditch that resistance loop. Step the right foot forward. Tuck those back left toes and rotate to face me back into this wide turned up position that you did way back when in your warm up. Yes. Now take a moment here and lift the heart. I'm guessing you have a little bit more mobility in the hips now. So you can really feel the inner thighs rotate up. And if you don't have that hip flexibility to be all the way upright, that's okay. You can hinge forward here, okay? But see if you can open the chest no matter where you are. Drop the hips, go a little drop, a little drop. Arms can be wherever you want them to be. They can be out. They can be on the hips. They can be giving you the finger, whatever it is that you need to do. Drive down through your heels and really feel the energy of the heels squeezing in towards center. Beautiful. You again, feel your shin bones pressing forward, then feel your thigh bones pressing back. So you're staying nice and open and not rolling in on the inner arches of the feet. You have 8 more. Go 8, 7, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold that one low. Lift the right heel. And lower it down. Left heel goes. Lift it up. Ready? Pick it up. Go right, left. Go right and left. Go right and left. Beautiful. As you lift the heel, you're going to press the ankle bone forward. And you're going to press the thigh bone back. So again, you have all that stability in your knee joint. Go 4 sets. Go 3 sets. This is where we're going to finish class, right here in this wide turnout position. Now lift that right heel. If you have that balance today and you want to try, lift the left heel. Beautiful. Arms go wherever you'd like. Go. Little drop, little drop, little drop, little drop. It's challenging, but this is where you finish. So finish strong. Dig deep and know that you just have about 30 seconds left before you're into your stretch. Ankle bones are pressing forward. Thighs are pressing back. And again, your arms are wherever it feels right for you. Let's go. It's 8, 7. It's a hold to finish. You're there in 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Ankles forward. Thigh bones back. Heart lifts up. Inhale. And exhale. Sink it lower. Maybe fingertips up. Shoulders soft. And breathe here. 4. Get a little lower. 3. A little lower. 2. Heels down. Rotate the legs to parallel and forward. Fold. Up and over the legs. Ooh, good work. That was really challenging. Maybe you want to sway the upper body or the hips. If for some reason being upside down doesn't feel good for you quite yet, then I would come back to that cat-cow we did in our warm-up with our hands on our thighs. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Crawl your fingertips up and over to the right. Go ahead and drop that back left knee down to the mat. If it feels okay for you, walk your hands up to be on top of the left thigh. Roll the shoulders back as you lift the heart. Inner thighs squeeze in. And you press that back left hip forward here. Now, if it feels good in your body, you can reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling and then extend them up and over towards the right. So you really get this big opening through the whole left side body, through the front of the left hip. Big inhale. Big exhale. Come back, shift the hips back, stacking them right over that right knee. Flex the left toes, and then again, find whatever position of this forward fold feels good for you. Maybe you take a little windshield wiper side to side with the left leg. If you'd rather your hands be on your thighs or on your hips, please feel free to do that. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Gently slide the left knee back and take a seat in your favorite position, whether that's cross-legged or on your knees. Totally up to you. I'm going to inhale, scoop the left fingertips up and over, taking this big side stretch. And as you exhale, come up and over to switch sides. Just gently going side to side here. Opening up to the side body through the hips. Letting that heart rate really come down. I'm sure it's probably come down pretty significantly already, but this last little bit. One more time each side. And then meet me center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, scoop them down. And that is your class. Amazing work today. If you enjoyed this class, I hope that you'll like it. I hope that you'll share it with anybody you think might benefit or enjoy it as well. And if you have not already, be sure that you subscribe to the channel. There's a new barre class every Monday, without fail, I promise. And I hope that you have an amazing day. See you again soon.